And now I'm cheesing my way back to you, Van, with a burning cheese inside. That's the Packers section.
And in case any of you guys didn't see, I posted the link to that real song this weekend. Go
Such a
scroll
good
back on
song.
our page and go scroll back and find it out. We said we weren't going to do CBS Sports, but here we are. CBS Sports is like the new TMZ for us. I don't know what's going on here, but um, is that the only website you browse to find articles?
I mean, it's the only sports app that I have turned on to give me news alerts.
Fine. This article from CBS Sports here, Cody Benjamin. This dude's got two first names. You can't trust him. You can never trust somebody with two first names. He is suggesting it would be a good move for the Packers to acquire Kenny Stills. He's saying that the Packers, in this hypothetical trade, would get Kenny Stills and a 2021 seventh round pick, and in return, the Texans would get a 2021 fourth round pick. I don't know, off the top of your head, like what do you think?
So I'm looking here. It says right now Bill O'Brien is planning Stills to be a $7 million cap hit. My I'm back and forth about this, right? Like Kenny Stills, I think he's a threat. I think he's still a threat. He's still young. What is he? He's 28
What are
years
you gonna
old.
do with the other like five guys in the Packers locker room?
I mean,
Alan
let me
Lazard,
let me ask you this.
Alan Lazard, Devin Funchess, that dude from the Canadian Football League, MVS, Equinemius St. Brown, Devontae Adams obviously is a given. I think we got a couple other jabronis hanging out too. So like, some guys are gonna have to get cut. Kenny Stills, like, fine, but you gotta develop younger guys too. He's been around for what?
So Kenny Stills,
A while.
he's been around one season longer than Devontae Adams. So he's I think 2013. Adams comes in 14, and Devin Funchess is 2015. If I have that right. So Kenny Stills, he's the oldest with Adams in the middle, and Funchess is the youngest. I'm looking at their career stats. The only one over 5,000 yards is Devontae Adams. Kenny Stills getting up there. I think you can't disqualify a guy like Kenny Stills. This is a guy who, I think he could be a threat. I think I've seen him play on other teams. I like his speed. I wish he was a little bit taller. He's 6'1".
I wish it was a little bit taller.
Yeah, the same thing. The same exact thing went into my mind. But like really that's my only qualm with Kenny Stills. I think he's got good hands. He's got decent speed.
I don't know anything about him as a person though.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that either. Like his locker room / personal life. I don't know what he's like.
I remember hearing problems about him. I don't remember him ever being I don't remember hearing anything about him.
I know I've had him on my fantasy team before. I know he's he's a player that I think we could pick up. And
But here's the thing too: is you do that, and basically you're shitting on your guys in your locker room. You're saying Alan Lazard, MVS, Equinemius, we don't trust you. We're going outside the organization to do that. And we don't typically do that. We typically we are very against free agents and trades historically.
But I mean, we went out.
The past bunch have worked out well. But
I was gonna say went out and got this, Preston and Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
We got Amos.
The Packers wide receiving core has the biggest chip on their shoulders ever, and people are shitting all over them. And I think that they're going to have a good breakout year as a unit. People are just looking down on the Packers receiving core, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be on fire. That group is going to be playing well. Watch out. I don't think we need Kenny Stills.
Here's my only counterpoint. I like the idea of bringing in a veteran who I know is going to be at least halfway decent.
Oh, you mean like we do with Devin Funchess? Wasn't that the whole point?
I mean, yeah, but I would say Kenny Stills is definitely a step above Devin Funchess in my book.
How do you know? Devin Funchess was hurt last year. He played one game last year. He got 32 yards on 3 receptions because he got hurt.
I'm just saying I know what I have with Kenny Stills. I mean, I think what you're saying right now just reaffirms that Devin Funches is a question mark. He's a bounce back player,
It's not
and
fair to call someone a question mark for getting hurt. I've always thought that was stupid. He's got a history of injuries. Okay,
I,
if it's because he's not stretching before the game, pulling hamstrings, fine. But if he gets his block knocked off by a linebacker coming across the middle, that's not his fault.
that's I'm not saying that. I'm saying we don't know what we don't. This has nothing to do with him being prone to
I
injury.
know a
No,
guy who
this has
named his dog Funches, so he's got to be good.
I'm just saying this has nothing to do with him and his likelihood to get injured again as much as it has to do with what is a person like when they come back from injury? Are they 100% themselves? Are they new and improved, or are they
I
not
mean,
quite as good as they were before? Because
he's
I
had,
mean, that's the question mark.
he'll have had almost an entire year to rest up. So
Doesn't necessarily mean anything.
no,
I mean, a year where you are just strictly resting, can't push it, can't go hard, is not the same thing as
I spent many years just resting. Look what happened to
exactly.
me,
I
getting
mean,
that BMI up.
that's. I mean, all I'm saying is it's a question mark, not because I'm worried about him getting hurt again. I mean, that's part of the game. You know, people get hurt, and it's not a good part of the game, but it is something that happens. I would say it's equally possible for any of these guys to get hurt, but at the same
Hot
time,
take, hot take. Van's not about it. Not about it. Not
not
doing
about
it.
what
This trade, this hypothetical trade. Not. Mm-mm.
I I didn't even get my opinion out because you stopped me on this damn injury thing. My real opinion is that I'm not sure how long we have Aaron Rodgers in the driver's seat for this thing. So I want to have the best receivers we can,
Do
even
I
if
need
they're
to?
1 or 2 year guys.
Do I need to sit here and pull up Brian Gutekunst's quote from earlier today, basically saying he said that Aaron Rodgers is one of the best to ever do it, best to ever lace it up. He said he's got the keys to the team and he's going to be driving for a long time.
I mean, most of that statement, I hear what you're saying, but most of that statement is bringing up old shit, is how I would describe it.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how long we got him. That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, at least through 2023.
Yeah, but that's not this. You know what I'm saying. If that's true, I don't know why we made the draft that we made. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see.
I guess we will. I'm trying to find this exact quote, but it's taking too long. I guess we'll see.
And that's what's going down with the pack.
We'll see.